All right, going to be going over some of our results from the combine thus far. Going to start off the 40 and then see what else they've filled in here on This Is NFL.com. Right away, watching the combine, I noticed that a lot of those initial targets really start to hit the numbers that they were supposed to, and then there was some that, impressed me. They did better than I thought they were going to do, which is great because I'd rather see guys move up and then saturate the positions that we're looking at. And that's great because then it'll give us at least the possibility that this cornerback and wide receiver class is a little deeper than expected. I thought they were decent, but I think I was under the impression that once you get past the fourth round, that 5-6 is going to be a little rough, and then there'd be some decent diamonds in the rough in the late rounds, and then undrafted free agents. But I think between today, the last few days, we've seen the corners and the wide receivers show up. I think that there's going to be some guys that I thought were going to get in the 6th and 7th. They're going to move up to the 4th and 5th. But then also there's guys that I thought that that were going to be kind of falling off the ledge there as UDFAs that might be worthy of a 5th, 6th, or 7th, and I'm okay with taking them now. So it's basically it's all good. I'm very pleasantly surprised. In my last video, I was talking about how a lot of these analysts are talking that this is not a deep draft in general, in which I can, in some positions it is pretty thin, but especially like quarterback is not that good. We've seen some good results out of D tackle. The running backs, they've had some good ones, but between the quarterbacks, running backs, and D tackles, they're really thin there, I would say. Really good at the top, but then the middle is really where you can try to find those utility or career backup rotational guys they're just lacking. So but anyway, and where we're focusing on, which is obviously offensive line, specifically tackle, and then wide receivers, specifically slot, and then cornerbacks, we're looking good. So this might be a really good draft in terms of physical talent for the Patriots, which is what we're looking for. Anyway, let's get into it. DJ Turner, I had him 3rd, 4th round guy. People are like, he was expected to run this, so I just want everybody to know that. He ran the fastest time, but he was expected to hit like a 4.23 to like basically a 4.3. So he ran a 4.26. You have to watch the rest of it. The field drills are good. His 3-cone is good, but he's still a little stiff as a general, as a corner. I love him. I thought he was going to be like, let's push the corner to like the 3rd or 4th round and focus on the tackles type of guy. But we'll see. I don't know. I still think we have the guys in my first round are still first and second round targets are still probably better corners in many ways in terms of their skill sets. But I'm going to be happy if DJ Turner is going to start being thrown up into there, because that means there might be some competition, and we might be able to get some of those first, second round guys maybe in the 3rd. So he's taking that off. That's great. Jacorian Bennett, I have him as a great. I feel like he's one of those guys where I had him higher than Turner, and probably still is in many ways on most people's depth chart, but I thought he was kind of in between my first round guys and then the second. I just felt like, although I do like him, I feel like that he was just never going to fall into the Patriots' lap. He's just out of the way. Same thing with Deonte Banks. Emmanuel Forbes ran a 4.35, and it was ugly looking. I might do a whole video on that guy, how he runs. It's excruciating. The guy he's very fast and powerful, but he runs a 4.3 because I think he's like 160 pounds. He's a ball hawk. Very good with interceptions and making big plays. And he is fast. He's tall. He's got very large range. Looks like his hands are great. There's a lot of things, but then I don't know. Maybe it's just the, collegiate strength coach in me or the physiologist for a very long time where I'm watching these people run, and it's just like making my stomach churn for some of these guys. I should make note of the 2 wide receivers. Trey Palmer is one of the ones I love him for the Patriots because I think he is a unique slot where he's very quick and fast and shifty, but he also had deep threat, and I think that 4.33 really brings that in. I think that might move him up in the 2nd and 3rd round. I had him near the 4th. That might not be the situation anymore, so we'll have to move him up on the list. Darius Davis, I had him in my last 5th, 6th, 7th round. I put him as a gem, and he was on a lot of people's charts as not even being drafted. So he's also a kick and punt returner. So keep that in mind. He's probably going to have a spot someplace. He probably will be drafted. He's a slot guy. Might not be the worst idea if they can get him in like the 5th or 6th round. Or we can't get in the 5th, but in the 6th round, maybe that might be a good option. Keely Ringo, I'm more bullish on Keely Ringo now than I was even. I think he's honestly besides Brian Branch, he's my favorite. After watching him really put on a showcase, he's how you run. Now Keely Ringo is also a big dude. Like he's not Emmanuel Forbes like thin guy. He's a built dude, and he's running right there with him, and he runs correctly. I want you to go back, if you can, go watch Keely Ringo. That guy knows how to run. Darius Rush, I knew he was being fast. I think that's around the same. That was what he was projected, as low 4.3s. Good times. People think it's like some sort of like miraculous thing. This was projected. It was known that Darius Rush is fast. Good though. I'm glad. Matt Landers was not on my radar at all. So I'll give you that. That's one guy who just kind of got shifted out of all these people that are up there. He's the one that surprised me the most. Bryce Ford Wheaton, I hope he gets a little bit more limelight. He was also my last video, 5, 6, 7. I have him as like a 6er. I did make mention that I'd probably see him go in the 4th or 5th, but if we got him the 6th, that'd be a good spot. Marvin Mims Jr., he was also in there, but again, just I just felt like he was not gonna have that breakout potential, and I might be wrong. I think that both him and Landers surprised me. Christian Gonzalez, not surprised there, 4.38. That's right where he was supposed to be. Very fast. He's very tall. Probably still wide receiver 1 in my opinion for many reasons. And I shouldn't say that. It's not necessarily. I'll say this. He should probably be wide receiver 1 for most. He's very well rounded. He might not be wide receiver 1 for the Patriots though. If he's there, I'd be really surprised if they just skipped on him. But Nolan Smith, that was impressive. I don't have him on as any of our targets just simply because I think he's going to go way too early. But I think that was a little bit of a surprise. That was a good number. I think he was like supposed to be a 4.4, 4.5 guy. Owen Pepo, that was supposed to be happening, 4.3s. I was hoping we'd have a shot at him at the 4th. If you really do need him, he's probably going to go in the 3rd now. Again, these are things that were noted. People knew that he was very quick and should be running the 4.3s. Jalen Hyatt, very quick, very fast. Unfortunately, not as fast as I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be our guy who ran close to 4.2. Didn't happen. I don't think that's going to hurt his stock, really. The guy's still a burner. Very quick. His combine was impressive. This is another guy I had as our 5, 6, 7 guy. Very happy about him getting some good numbers. I don't see. Like I said in the video, his skill set is better on the outside than it is on the slot, but he's built to be a slot guy. So if he can develop those skills and yet still have that deep threat, great. But he's gonna have to figure out a way to get that to be that quick, shifty guy. Honestly, it might just be the offense that he was in and what he needed to do to be operative in that offense. And that was just put on him to be the deep threat because of that 4.4. Trey Tucker, another guy I had on my 5.67 UDFA video. I'm glad that he's getting a shot here. He's kind of the second slot guy from Cincinnati. So that number hopefully will get him drafted someplace. Patriots probably should take a look at him. He's very similar to most of the other guys that are super quick and fast. He's a smaller dude. But shifty and obviously a burner now. Tre'Davious Hodges-Tomlinson. He was supposed to be closer to 4.3. He was supposed to be high 4.3. So 4.1. Who give close enough. He also tested out and everything else beautifully. Great times. I'll take it. Terrell Smith. Impressed there. Wasn't really on my radar. Not necessarily because I shouldn't say on my radar. I didn't have him as a target just because I just felt like at some point he was just not going to line up in terms of picks. I have him as like a 4th or 5th round guy. So he might be somebody that might make it up onto the third round pick now. We'll see. Keitrell Clark. I don't know what it is. When I watch him play, I'm just not really moved by his play. It's just reality. But you have to take another look. That was where I think he was supposed to be, 4.4. So good job there. Zay Flowers coming in at 4.42. Not blazing fast, but that's I think where we were gonna think he was gonna come into. So low 4s to mid 4s. That's good. Copeland, I gotta look up on this guy. He was on my list, and I just watched him, and it's just one of those guys, just like Keitrell Clark. I just don't get moved by him, but maybe I have to consider him. Byron Young, that was awesome for a big dude. Anthony Richardson, that's gonna. That was interesting where people were getting hints that this guy's really good, and him running a 4.43 as a quarterback. Yeah, that puts him, I think, firmly in third. I think, if not, maybe he might be a top 10 guy now. Second or third, maybe. Brandon Hill, I kind of gave a heads up on. He's another guy that I had in my last video. Gave him a heads up that he's a prospect. Got to keep an eye on him. That's right where he should have been, 4.43. Trenton Simpson, one of my first round guys. I think he's still the best overall linebacker in the class, just pure linebacker. So big, strong, fast, obviously. Charlie Jones, I love him, but I feel like he's definitely a strong 4th or 5th. Doesn't have exactly all the exact physical attributes, but he runs nice routes. I don't know where he'd be. That's the thing. I don't find him as perfect for the Patriots. I just feel like he's kind of like a Bourne. He's fast and runs good routes. I just don't know if the Patriots could use him. Obviously, they could use him for the fact that they're probably gonna need wide receivers, but him and the next guy, I like Andre Yoshivas. He's from Princeton. That is slower than he was supposed to. So and the thing is that that's slower. And as I mentioned in that, what was that, the 4th round? Yeah, my 4th round video. That's where I had him. I think now he's a 5-6 guy, maybe now, because 5th or 6th guy, because he is at Princeton, and that the guy's guarding. He had field days. Like, he looked great because he was going against other Ivy League players. Now, there's some great Ivy League players, but the whole entire secondary on a Ivy League team is not going to be even. I mean, it's going to be a big disparity between the top and the bottom talents there. So, so he's gonna have. He had days where he was just gonna blow it up because he was gonna get a huge play. So, still fast, still quick, still NFL receiver. Just we might be able to pick him up later in the rounds now. If people are relying upon that low 4.3s that he was supposed to put up. Cam Smith, great day for him. That's where I think he was supposed to be, 4.3s. So good there. Tyler Scott, a little slower than I think I had him, but not much. Did I? I think I had him at 4.38. So a little slower. I mean, this is literally a blink of an eye, but a split second is missing a tackle. So if he's just a little bit quicker, someone's gonna miss him probability wise. So not that great, but I'm still gonna pick him over Trey Tucker. Demario Douglas looks good. Probably a little slow, but he's also a shorter guy, and it's obviously going to be more about the 10 yard for him split versus the open 40. I don't think he'll ever be a massive deep threat, but at 4.4 doesn't mean he's not a liability out there. Wow, Daniel Scott. Before I get to Daniel Scott, surprise there. That's a big move up. I had him way off. Might have to watch Daniel Scott. Raheem Jarrett, another guy. Have him like 5, 6, 7 round. I'm not sure if he's going to move up that much, but good day for him. He's a bigger dude too. Daniel Scott that I just mentioned, I think I had him in almost 4.6s. His tape isn't great, but that 4.45 might get him. Maybe I don't think he's gonna be. He might be drafted, but it might be, or at least he's gonna get an invitation to get some special teams action there with that. Riley Moss. Yeah, that's right where he should have been. Good there. Same thing with Tyreek. Jaden Reed. I like him, but I don't find. I watch him and he's smooth. I don't know where to put him. I think it's like he's just gonna be that born guy. Jonathan Mingo. That's somebody we need to watch. I'm very big on Jonathan Mingo. Very physical. Dude dominates smaller corners, even larger corners. I think he's moving up the board. A lot of people had him like a 3rd or 4th round. That's where I thought we were going to have a shot at him. But he might make it up to the top of the 3rd, possibly 2nd now. Jartavius Martin, I had him later on, but not because I didn't believe in him. It's just where I thought the Patriots might consider him. He's, maybe a 3rd or 4th. Now, the big thing about Jartavius is that he can play both corner and safety. So that value plus this, speed, where that's better than he was supposed to be. I did not find him as being physically on the tape. I did not find him super quick or fast or powerful. So if the combine in general just proves that he is better than I thought. I thought his skill set looks great. He looks very smooth. So that guy might be a really good pick in that 4th round to pick up a value pick that can do corner and safety there. Joey Porter Jr., that's a little bit better action than I thought. I thought I was going to see a 4.5 out of him. He's besides Brian Branch, he's my favorite Patriot pick if you need to pick a 1st round D-back. He just physically, he just does what we need. And we have Marcus Jones and, we have both Joneses basically to handle all the other attributes that are needed. So what we're missing is Joey Porter Jr. That's just that type of guy. Now, obviously, Keely Ringo could do that. And to go back to Keely Ringo, I know this is turning into a little bit of a rant here. To go back to Keely Ringo, I think Keely Ringo, with his physical prowess, could possibly play safety. Just putting that out there. I think that dude could play safety and move in the corner when needed. Darrell Luter, thank you. I'm so happy he made it on there. He was another 5'6'7" guy I had going. Great to see him. First of all, get the invite, and then second of all, put it up. Abdullah, I wrote, well, we're getting the 4.47, so I'm not too, amazed at this point. I mean, it's, again, you're talking hundredths of a second, but maybe him coming in at linebacker at 4.47, that's pretty impressive. He's not a large dude, though, but still, when you get linebackers that can do that, that becomes a guy, I can put him out in coverage. He's not a liability against a fast tight end or, a scat back coming out of the backfield. Cam Mitchell, I have him as a 5'6'7" guy. Again, he's just similar to that Jartavius, where that's where I think the Patriots might want to consider getting him. I think the 4.47 is a good number for him. I don't think it was blowout. Didn't move him like crazy. I don't think it'll move him crazy up the board that much. But the big thing I want to point out there is that he's also another cornerback / safety. So another value pick. Sidney Brown, I have him. He's another guy I just had in that 5, 6, 7 round. Pointed out that he's probably going to test out really well. It's a little slower than he probably should have been. Still fast, though, obviously. Mickey Blackman, another guy I just had in the 5, 6, 7 round. He started off early in the year. I had him way up as a potential second rounder at the beginning of the season. I don't know what happened. Hopefully this helps him out. I feel bad. Maybe it's just because it wasn't a really great season for him. I don't know. Maybe he just didn't impress. I don't know if he got injured. I can't find anything on it. Corey Trice, he was one of my, I would say, what was the word? Diamonds in the rough here. He's a big corner. And at 4.47, his tape isn't amazing, but he can probably be coached up. So he's somebody that the Patriots need to be keeping an eye on in that late round because he's big. I think he's like 6'2", 6'3". So keep that in mind. A.T. Perry, one of my favorites. People were starting to, I don't know what, they were putting him down. I don't know. He's running a 4.47. He's like 6'5". He's my second pick for wide receiver for us. Basically, every time I do a mock draft, he's always there. Antoine Green, I gotta look this guy up. To me, Josh Downs is the better, which is the guy right after. They're neck and neck right there. Honestly, those between, I'd actually go with Josh Downs first and then hopefully be able to get A.T. Perry, and I'd be very happy with all wide receivers. You wouldn't even have to look at anybody else. That would make me very happy if they were able to get those guys. I was hoping maybe like a second round pick for Josh Downs, or maybe a third round, and then maybe get A.T. Perry in one of those fourths, but I don't think it's happening after these numbers. I say that because we haven't even really seen the top wide receiver candidates yet. So these guys have to be moving up. I shouldn't say the top, but some of the big names that people are expecting. Jordan Addison, not super fast. I think his top end he didn't accelerate. He didn't have a second phase. So his third phase did lack that next gear. So his first and second look good, which is important because it looks very good and it's controlled, meaning that when he's doing that, a simple high knee checkout, he can honestly just break. So the speed, the top end number that you're looking at there, that 4.49, I think he can maintain that while changing. So slight little changes, you're not going to see it coming. So when he makes the break, he's going to just stick his foot out to the side and you're going to think he's still going, and all of a sudden he's just created maybe 2 yards worth of separation, and you're going to have to scramble to get it back, and you're going to do it essentially in a panic. Meanwhile, he's keeping it nice and smooth. So it's not necessarily the number. It's good. It's a solid number, but the big thing is that the way he ran, it just tells me that he's going to be running routes, and he's just going to be effortlessly creating separation. D. Winters, nice to see him up there. I have him as a 5'6", 7" guy. He could be a rover or, cover linebacker. The guy's great. Tank Dell, I don't think we were expecting too much more than that. Maybe a little bit faster, especially for his size. But again, it really comes down to, the 10-yard and then all the agility drills. DJ Johnson, underrated. I don't understand why. I don't know why people are not talking about this guy. He's physically a monster, and he's actually good, like technique-wise. He was in my 5'6", 7" video. Keep an eye out there. Jordan Howden, I'll have to maybe take another look at him. I think he tested out great across the board. I forgot about Jason Taylor. I got it. Aditama Adabare. I have him later on in my draft, but I had to make a concession. I did actually, if you look at one of I did defense only mock draft. It's when I had a revelation that I realized that this guy, not only because of, I know he's a physical freak. I knew this guy was going to test out well and impress everybody, and he was going to be like, oh yeah, look at this guy, like, oh, where'd he come from? It's like, if you watch the guy and you look at his numbers, this was going to pop off the chart. You look at all the stories, you investigate these guys. He's a beast in the weight room. He's an absolute freak. So I'm not surprised he tested out well. But the big thing about him is that I don't think anybody's really touched on this, is that he's a D-end, but the dude can play inside. So he's a tackle D-end. He's going to be a rush tackle. He's not going to be nose guard holding up, commanding 2 or 3 guys. But maybe you might have to, because the guy simply is going to blast through, and he's going to be quick enough and fast enough to blast through almost everybody on the line. He's going to be what you call a problem. Like, you're on defense. You're offensive line coach, and you're going to be like, this guy's a problem. Keishan Butte, a little slower than I think we were expecting. Still like him. Doesn't matter. Nick Jones, Ball State. Good to see him up in there. Yaya Diaby, another person very similar to Adetama. Everybody's like, where'd this guy come from? The guy's been playing in Louisville. He's been sacking left and right. He's a physical freak. Watch him play. It's like, it's sometimes when I don't know if they're just kidding you. And it's like, where'd this guy come from? Because we haven't been talking about him on ESPN or something like that. But the guy has been a physical monster his whole career, essentially. It's like, where do these guys come from? It's either you don't do homework or you're just joking with everybody. All right. He's one of my favorite. I had him 5'6", 7". Even though I knew, that's the thing, I knew these guys were going to test this way. It's just hard for me to say, like, we should take Yaya in, like, the 4th because he's going to be there, and that's where he's rated now. So maybe he's just playing out of, reach now. These guys are just finally out in the open, getting their limelight. This is their chance, and now they're going to be out of reach for us. Stinks, but it's like, I have them at 5, 6, or 7, but I think they're still like a 3 or 4. Just like how I think I had Kalijah. It's like Kalijah is basically the most impressive D tackle this week, and it's like it'd be great to have the guy, and I knew he was going to be that good, and everybody's surprised how good he was. It's like, no, that if it was coming forward, it's just we can't get him because, we'll have a shot at him. I picked him in the defense only mock draft, but we're not going to take him. We can't afford it. Got higher priorities. Rashu Rice, that's all right. 4.5. Clark Phillips, disappointed. It's a 4.51, but at his size, he's going to have to be quicker. I think he is a slot guy. He can play on the outside probably better than the smaller guys, but that he's going to need to be a little bit quicker than that. Which, hey, his pro day, maybe that works out. Anybody else? Max Duncan, hey, not bad, bud. Antonio Johnson, yep, wasn't surprised by that. Julius Brents, I think, is a little bit of a disappointment, but not really. If you watch, again, this is another thing, is like you watch how people run and just looking at a number and then just like deciding that he's fast or slow, you have to see why they're fast and why they're slow. Is Julius Brents going to be able to ever be a quick person? Absolutely. I mean, this is quick. 4.53 is a fast person, but is he going to be really super shifty? No. Anthropometrically, he's not going to do it. The mechanics is not there. The biomechanics will never let him be super shifty. But the dude's long. So what does that mean? Well, each step he takes, you're going to have to do 2 for it. So he's going to be much more balanced and on redirection. He's going to be okay. He's going to be fine. So let other people focus on the 4.53 and be like, well, he's not as quick as we want it to be. The guys, it's fine. It's okay. He'll be fine. I have him as a corner/safety. If they want to roll him down to like the 5th or 6th, 7th round for us, go ahead. I'll take him. Because the way he runs it's not wrong. It's just how long he is. And yeah, he might lose a step, but his arm length and his general reach is going to help you out. You're not going to be able to just like bullet it into him. You're going to have to place that ball in the right spot with the right wide receiver to own him. Malik Cunningham, I had him as a 5.67. I really, honestly, a UDFA. I don't have any quarterbacks right now for us. It's like, don't even bother, I think. But Xavier Hutchinson, that's where I think he was supposed to be. He's one of the best just general wide receivers in this draft. Super underrated. I think, obviously, not underrated because his numbers are going to keep him up there. But I think people are like, oh, he had a good college career, but is he really that good of a pro? I think he's that good of a pro. The problem is he doesn't have any attributes that are going to like force him to be a number one. I think his skill set and his route running might get him to be competitive as your number 2 guy. I think the Patriots should consider him. I think he's a little more physical than some of the other guys that we have on the roster right now. Jeremy Banks, I think he's supposed to run even a little bit quicker than that, to be honest with you. But I have him as a 5.67. I have him as a Patriots late round potential pick / UDFA. Could be a really great special team contributor, and then come in certain packages. Love the guy. I think he was the number 1 tackler on Tennessee. I think I might be wrong there, but. Elijah Higgins, that was supposed to be. Actually, I think Elijah was supposed to get down to like the 4.4s, so maybe not helping him out, but that guy is a very good runner. Another guy who's very smooth. I bet his numbers improve in his pro day. Honestly, like this is not a brand. Like you are not gonna. This is not being etched in stone. You watch these guys run, and you can tell who's really actually gonna be fast and quick. Now, you have a good start. Some dudes, strength and conditioning coaches work on this over and over and over for this day to make them have a good setup. I watched some of these guys set up. I don't know who their strength and conditioning coach. Well, I can go look up their strength and conditioners though. Like some of these guys' setups were horrendous. Their first 3 steps, horrible. I mean, you've got 5 steps in these, and these guys are basically overreaching, completely out of position, heel striking on their first 5 steps. Now, I'm getting a little bit down into but you're talking like stuff you knock out of a track starter, anybody who's like a 100-meter runner. This is like stuff you teach in middle school, and these guys are just absolutely killing their 40s. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just there's too many guys. You get into a big school where there's like a lot of these potential guys going to the combine, and you're just not the favorite, so you're just not getting the all the attention you need to fix your start. But oh my gosh, there's some of these guys could be not. I'm not talking hundreds. I'm talking like a whole tenth of a second, if not more, better if they actually were to work on it. And what stinks about it is that if that's how they run, and you put cleats on them, gosh knows what you could actually translate to the field if you just teach them how to accelerate. Some of these guys are just pure horsepower. Anyway, going down there's the rabbit hole. Cedric Tillman, that's a good number for him. A little bit slow, but that's fine. Will Mallory, there's another 5'6'7" guy. I had him as a potential 6'7" tight end for us. I think that 4.54 might have just knocked him out. He might be a 4 or 5 guy, fourth or fifth guy now. Archon Bush, I have him as another guy. I was hoping he was going to fly under the radar. I shouldn't say that, because the reason why is because I saw these guys run, and I just figured they're going to test out well, especially in the 5, 6, 7 guys. So, I'm fooling myself to think that they were going to be flying under the radar. But Mickey Gardner, Justin Shorter, actually that's good number for him. I didn't put him on there. He's a big dude. He's a great blocker. Probably much better, and it's gonna be interesting. Like, much better than Lil Jordan Humphrey. And I like Lil Jordan Humphrey, but I think the way the guy is and what he could do, great blocker, really good. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's not drafted. He might be a UDFA guy. Zach Kuntz, there's my favorite tight end basically in the whole draft. Besides, well, I even like him. I like him more than I like Mayer, not because I like Mayer more as an actual tight end, but I think this guy, in terms of what he can be later on in the draft. Now he's the 4.55 part out is, maybe that moves him up into the third or fourth if people are really starting to look for a good tight end. Alex Austin, I'm glad to see him get moved up. Jordan Battle, that's a good number for him. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, another guy I had as a potential UDFA invite, that'd be great. Overshown, I like him. He never seemed to be very quick, but I thought he might have been a little bit quicker than that, though. I think in the numbers projections. He's a bigger dude, though. Just not a physical freak. Jalen Jones, good. That's a good number for him. He's a much bigger corner. Basically, I would put him almost as a safety. He's going to be a great rover, I think. Could be a freaking strong safety. Dante Demas, good number. A little bit slower than I thought. DeMarco Helm's another guy I had on there. That's a good number for him. Brian Branch, I don't think he was supposed to be fast, but a little bit quicker would have been nicer. Michael Wilson. I'm still out on Michael Wilson. People have him. He's smooth. He does good numbers, but I don't know. Foskey, I love him, but I think he's just not going to be available for the Patriots. Van Ness, I had him as potentially if he was still made to the third, but I actually watched that guy, and damn, that dude can probably play linebacker. He's much better than, he came out of nowhere. That guy can play. There's Nick Hampton, so unfortunately my Nick Hampton pick is, he's pretty high up for an edge. I know, he might be around still in that 6-7, we'll see. I doubt it. All these guys just playing out of moving up the board quickly from that 5, 6, 7. Luke Musgrave, that's a good number for him. I think he might have been, he's supposed to be a little bit quicker. Chris Smith, everybody, I literally got 2 messages through Facebook or YouTube about me being crazy about Chris Smith being a fourth rounder, and I think this 4.62 for his size, for being essentially a free safety. Yeah, I think he's basically ran himself out of being 4'6" at his size is not good. Meanwhile, you have Isaiah Land, who's another guy I had at 6'7", 5'6", 7". I conceded right away that he's probably really a 4. And I think the last week, I mean, he had a good bowl too, so he's not under the radar anymore. Brandon Joseph, that's nice to see him there. That's where I had him. I had him like mid fives, I think, though, so like 4.55. Tavian Wicks, a little slow for him, but that's okay. KJ Henry, good. Schoonmaker, that's a good number for Schoonmaker. So that bumps Schoonmaker a little bit up for me because, I mean, that's not blazing fast, but that guy's a good blocker. So he's basically in my opinion, the best inline tight end in the draft. Some other people might be a little bit better in terms of blocking. I guess I should say the best well-rounded, because he can play, he can catch, he's very physical, but he can block. Whereas the other guys are decent at blocking. He's good at blocking. He will be a contributor. Where's Darnell? Oh, there's Darnell right there. Noah Sewell looks great. 4.64, a little slower than I thought he was going to get. Darnell, that's a good number for that size. Probably going to go in the second round. There goes my chance of getting him. J.R. Brown, I had him in the fourth round, 4.65. He better have a good pro day if he wants to move that up. 4.65 at his size, not good. So Nick Herbig, I don't get this guy, but maybe he's better than I thought he was. Jack Campbell, that's a good number for him. Maybe I was thinking hopefully a little bit lower than that, but that's fine. Considering that I think there's a lot of other people that I thought were going to be faster than him, so this is on the day, so if you go to a pro day and these guys run a little bit faster and everybody else in their whole entire, everybody else that's in the combine runs faster at their pro day, that needs to be considered. So he's not that far down the list. So that's not bad. Josh Wiley, that's slow. I thought he was going to be quicker than that. But pro day, so maybe Josh Wiley's our guy for tight end. Or Schoonmaker if we can get him there. It's slow for Mayer too. Trey Dean, disappointed there. But I'll say this again. PFF had him dropping like a rock. I feel like the cat was out that this guy's not as fast as he's supposed to be. Same thing with Rashad Torrance. That's both these guys. Both the Florida guys lost it. Tyson Bagent ran a 4.79. Sign him up, dude. I had Tyson Bagent as a 5.67. Dude's got a cannon. He might make it on somebody's in the late round pickup because they don't want him to go UDFA. Michael Turk from Oklahoma. Guy's hauling 4.83. That's awesome. Brian Breesy, my favorite D tackle in the whole. Well, Kalijah's probably up there, but he's he's probably better interior wise, but just not in the Patriots. Just can't get him. Nice job for Mike Morris. He's a big dude. That's a good number. Moro Jomo, good job. So this is where we start looking for D tackles that impressed. I like it. Those are not bad. If he can do that on, say, his pro day shows him getting the fours, these are big dudes. He should probably get a little quicker, obviously, for his position, but it's not bad. Like, he'll set the edge. Like, Mike Morris will set the edge. Takeaway here. There's a few guys that are going to drop, and I'm going to like it because I think the number is going to skew some people. It's deceiving. Yep. This guy's going to make it onto a team. He was completely on the undrafted free agent level. He's going to make a team. Jartavius Martin, beautiful. Oh, yeah, Jalen Jones. Oh, that's sick. Awesome. So these guys, so 1, 2, 3, not only are they those good numbers, but these are the guys that can play corner and safety skill set wise. Jacorian, I don't know. I can't say if he can, but these guys I have as D-backs. Good job, Trey Tucker. Riley Moss, that's big. All right. So Rashee Rice, one of the things about him was I didn't know, I was kind of lukewarm on his physical attributes. His 40 isn't great, but the fact that he has a very respectable 10 tells me that he might be a good slot candidate. Same thing with Josh Downs. So a lot of these are confirming that these guys could be what I wanted them to be. I'm very happy about that. That's good. Joey Porter Jr., that's great too. He's not high in speed, but he's still good. So he can at least be a little sticky in those first guy. That's great. Awesome. That's good for the quarterbacks, obviously. If the quarterbacks are quick in the first 10 yards, I mean, they're not going to really do too many open field, but if they can at least scramble and make that last, hold on the ball for an extra second or so, like let the play develop and outrun some of those guys, that's good. Obviously, if they need to scramble for a first down, that's good. Nothing really sticking out here. So that's important to notice that some of these other guys that were faster on the 40 are moving a little bit further down. Some of the guys who were a little bit slower did better on the 10s. So I'm more of a 10 guy. I mean, 40's great, but that's good for about maybe a third of the roster, whereas the other two-thirds of the roster is more important here. I'm blasting through these because it hasn't changed that much, but like, for example, Julius Brents is not all the way down at the bottom here. Tyson Bagent, dude, sign that guy up. I'm not going to say I'm like the first guy who talked about Tyson Bagent at all because he went to the Senior Bowl and everything, but I'm looking for anybody down here that ran a decent 40 that just not quick. Why is that important? Well, because we might be able to see them work on some technique and then they get even quicker. They can improve this and their 40 gets even better. See, like a Adetama, Josh Wiley. These guys, well, he ran a slower one, but these two guys, although ran a good 40, 10s weren't exactly impressive. I mean, everybody, look how many people are here, so it's not like they're slow. All right, that's good. Vertical. Jeez. He's going to third. He's going in the third. Jartavius is probably going to third. Jason Taylor, nice, good. Deontay Banks, all right. So I have to. So there you go. I'll take what's the slightly disappointing 40 or the impressive vert. The impressive vert. Well, he was supposed to go 40 in the vert, but okay. So it's over and done with. I'll take the Julius Brents. If everybody wants to completely overvalue that 40 and give us Julius Brents in the late rounds, beautiful. I feel bad for Julius Brents, but if you want to let him go down, good. This is another thing. So this guy's super fast, and I don't know if his skill set's at this level, but he just and people are gonna hate me for saying this, but the guy's tall, fast, and can jump. Who do we think about that? Yeah, Moss. I'm not saying he's at the same level, but he is a decent comparison or comp. Rashee Rice, that's good. Oh, that's very good for Rashee Rice. I knew he was going to be high, but I don't know about 41. Oh, come on, man. If we can get him in the third or fourth round, Rashee Rice, sign me up. Where do we sign? So Quentin didn't run a 40, but he ran Or he jumped for the 40 inches. That's good. That's good. You can't be really, really slow and run and jump a 40. The only exception I can think of here is honestly is probably Julius Brents. And again, I'm going to put slow. You know, people are like, oh yeah, you know, like, dude, teach him. You know, another person said, like, there's no way the Patriots are gonna. The guy's a deep slot threat, and he could probably play on the outside with this 40. Just didn't need to because he had Cedric Tillman playing out there. So if you had even better potential jumper out there, better high point guy, Jalen's not bad, but Cedric Tillman's better. Oh, so Coons did a 40. Oh, dude, we're not gonna get Coons late in the round. That guy's moving up big time. Oh my gosh. Mingo. Yeah, we're not getting it. All these guys that I was hoping we're gonna get later in the round. It's over, Will. It's just not gonna happen. Tyler Scott. That's pretty good too. He's a shorter guy. Longer, doesn't have the levers to really get that. That's all pop in the legs. Marvin Mims, man, I got to give this guy some credit. He's got some ups. Demario Douglas, for his size, that's good. I mean, they don't weigh a lot, but you have to have the leverage to do it. Just because you're light doesn't mean you still produce a lot of power to move yourself. Daniel Scott, I didn't think he was going to get that. Guy just played his... he's probably my biggest surprise of all these people. He's the only one that's really shocked me completely. Good for Dontavian Wicks. Hopefully people just go to sleep on him and he's available when we want him. Riley Moss, good. No Shiva. So all these guys who were quick and powerful still did well. I thought Downs would be better than Rice, but I guess not. Good. So now we got to worry about... He's got long arms. Nice. That's good for him. That's great for him. Good for Captain Jack. Yeah. This is disappointing by Cedric. Oh, Jaden Hasselwood. All right. Dude, Tyson Bagent showed up. Oh yeah, there's Will McDonald, man, everybody's favorite. I like the guy, but they have him like going to me first, maybe early second round. I got that guy like third or fourth for what he is. He's super fat. He has to learn to be linebacker. You can't be 6'3" and like in low 200s and be quick and fast, and that's great, but like you go against a big tackle, even there with a 80-something inch wingspan, you're only gonna be operative unless you beat him. Which, that doesn't happen every play. So freaks are still showing up. I like it. Freaks are still there. Good. Now once you get under 35, now you have to start, see, like A.T. Perry? He's tall, but he didn't jump high. So that means if we don't get A.T. Perry, I'm looking here. If we can get him in the late rounds. Again, I don't think so now, but if I can't get A.T. Perry, I'm looking to him for our possession guy. Plus speed. Beautiful. Cam Mitchell, Jackson Smith, and Jigwood did not do the 40, but that 35-inch vert for him, not good. Darius Rush ran fast, did not jump incredibly high. Isaiah Land for his size, that's good. Further up the board, Brian Branch has not impressed with any of his numbers. So maybe we can get him later. That'd be great. I doubt it, though. I doubt that guy makes it out the first. Same thing with Jordan Addison. Not really great numbers, but they're just really good at what they do. Dylan Horton, another 5'6'7" guy. I had. Doubt he's going to be in the 5'6'7" anymore after this weekend. Archon Bush was not even draftable. I have to look out for him. Ooh, Keely Ringo, not good. Maybe this just supports my thesis that he's probably going to be better as a safety. Maybe that knocks him down and we take him in like the third. It's not terrible vertical, but if you don't have a 32-inch for most, unless you're offensive defensive lineman, but I mean, even edges, if you can't get above 32. Now I know this is a 33.5, but it's concerning. Did not test well. Come on down to the fourth where I believe you should be, buddy. I like you, but bring him on down. DJ doing nice. That's good for his size. DeMarco, that is concerning. Antonio Johnson. So why I have Antonio as a first-round guy. Granted, late, but his numbers haven't been phenomenal. Maybe he's not. Oh no, he's a physical specimen. Darnell, 31-inch vert. Interesting. Well, he's like 270 pounds, so. Dude, Andre Carter, not good. Not good. And again, people are like, why do I have him in like the third and fourth round? This is why. He's a big physical dude, but he's like, again, anthropometrically. And what I'm going to talk about is like, it comes down to not just like how big and tall and weak he is, it's the muscle insertions. He's dynamic, but he's not going to have incredible rate force development. So it's always going to be long. It's always going to be strong, but it's not going to be quick, powerful, punchy. He's not going to just drive into you. Now, if everybody, part of football is that. Like, there's a good portion of football is to that, but that's not going to be his game. If you want to, like, bring him down to the third, fourth round for the Patriots, pick him up, because he'll figure it out. They'll figure a way to get this guy to play. Go ahead, bring him down. That's not bad. All right. I'm liking this. This is good. Do we have the bench presses yet? Because everybody wants to see that. No, we better do the 3-cone. 3-cone, broad is important, but 3-cone, and then we'll do bench. We'll quickly blast through this. I just want to see the numbers for the bench. See if any of these guys got into like the 40s. Not surprised. Ooh. After these, not surprised. Very good. So he's shiftier than we thought. Oh my God, Zach Kuntz is. Oh man, there's no way we're getting this guy when we want him. Jalen Jones is moving up. Nice. Dude, Tyson Paget, dude. What is going on? Bryce Ford Wheaton for his size? Jeez. Well, yeah, you get better reach. Touch the ground. So I'm not super surprised on that. He's fighting his way up a little bit. Good. These numbers are good too. Not everybody did it, huh? Not too many did it. So that's probably why. So your goal is to basically get, if you can get down to like a 6'7", you're operative as a tight, basically any of the skills players. 6'7", 5. So we didn't get too many guys here, but that's a good number. All right, let's see if we got. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to go. We'll probably do this again, probably on Monday. I'm not gonna do the shuttle. Let's see if do we have any numbers for bench. Yep, there's Mozzie. The guy I had in there, I think what happened, like third or fourth round video? Monty Phelps did not have him. DJ at his weight, that's good. Owen Pope, oh, good at his weight. Noah Aitama at 27. That's probably a little bit depressing. I mean, it's only 20. Not overly impressed. Zach Harrison, there he is. He's finally on the board in some way. I hope we get him in the fourth round. I'll take him. They'll figure him out. Jeremy Banks, dude, this guy's playing himself onto a team, I think, now. Brenton Cox Jr. Late round UDFA. Go ahead. Not entirely sold on him. Cindy Brown, that's good for safety. It's pretty damn good. Physical freak. Another 5, 6, 7. Daniel Scott showing up again. This guy's... What's with Daniel Scott? Throw him up. Let him drop. Dude, let him drop. Take him late. Do it. Just do it. Do it now. Isaiah Land for his size and arm length, that's good. Another thing, just because you're big and tall doesn't mean you're gonna get this. Like, your arms are super long, you're just not gonna have the leverage points. Isaiah has super long arms, so that's telling me that this guy is actually powerful. Okay. That's impressive. He's got short arms. So Clark, big thing on him is that his arm length is not great. So his range of motion is probably only 5 or 6 inches on the bench. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, strong still, but again, you go to Isaiah Land where his arm length is ridiculous. He's moving that bar a lot further. Corey Trice, these good numbers here. It's probably gonna start getting tight here. Yeah, everybody's Lucas Van Ness. He's not a very powerful guy. I shouldn't say that. He's got long arms. He's very athletic. He's powerful, but I'm not surprised his static strength is 17 reps. Not a super strong year this year. But I'm not seeing any of the big boys on there yet, so... Mozzie Smith is... I'm not surprised. Moro Jomo. He's growing on me. DJ, so... I have him as a freak. Freak. Mega freak. Another freak. Another freak. I'm happy. Let's check in here. Yeah. Go ahead, just focus on that 40 and give me Julius Brents in the late round. Oh, man. Darnell showing up. Damn it. Zach Kuntz is... We're not getting him. It's over. So, Yoshivas probably just had a bad 40. That's the takeaway here. So, if everybody wants to focus on the 40 and let Yoshivas drop because it wasn't as good, and of course there's Daniel Scott again. John Ross, man, back in 2017. So we still got Taekwon in there. So DJ Turner's found his way to be a top 5. He's going to be out of reach. I was hoping we have a shot at that guy, but no dice. That's unreal. Back when men were men. Notice how most of the time this doesn't really translate to being an NFL star, though, you know. Linville Joseph, all right. Okay, so let me just check this. Give me grades. Ty J moving up. Deneric. Oh, you showed up. This guy is sneaky. He actually runs very well. He's not super fast, but his running form is solid. I'm going to be very interested in how he runs. Evan Hull, I'm not sure if his numbers are going to be great, but I'm sure his shuttle and his 3 cones going to be good. It'll be interesting to see what his 40 is. So, this is a 5.67 guy, 5.67 guy for me. 5.67 guy here. I have him in the 4th. I have him as a potential 4th, 3rd. Really a 3rd when I think about it, but again, point being is that's where I think the Patriots were likely to grab him. Could be a 2nd round guy by the end of this. I mean, he's a freak. This guy's going to test out great. Chase Brown, there's another guy. I have him later on. It's the brother of Cindy Brown. I think they're twins, actually. Good. Dwayne McBride, very good. He's a very strong running back. It'll be interesting. We'll see where he goes. A-Chain. Oh, I want to see where A-Chain. I know that guy can run. Well, actually, I know he can run. He's a track athlete, so see where he goes. All right, I'm going to end it there. So that's it so far. I'm sorry for this incredibly long, drawn-out video, but I wanted to go through the initial results. The take-home here is most people came in where they were supposed to, especially in the 40. Some surprises is going to be Mr. Ross there, California. So, or sorry, Daniel Scott. I'm sorry, Daniel Scott from California. He's the one who's sneaking up on my board. It was fine. He's going to be in the UDFA. Anybody moving down, I think he'll move down, but I think the Patriots, first of all, probably not even interested in him, but now if he can move down to the later rounds, I would take him. 4.43 is not slow, right? So it's still a burner. It's just not as fast as he's supposed to be. The only thing is that now his other tests came out great, so I think maybe the other thing is just some of these guys that I have in the 5, 6, 7. So, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those guys might move their way up enough. I don't think they're going to... Yeah, it's probably all bad for us when I think about it. It's all these guys that I wish that just flew under the radar for just another month. But they're not going to make it. Maybe they take... see, Jonathan Mingo. That guy just ran really well. Joey Porter Jr., better than I thought he was going to do it. So, that's another one. Cam Mitchell, these guys that I thought were going to be great utility players that we might pick up late in the late rounds, not going to do it. Tre'Tavious Martin and Cam Mitchell were 2 guys I was hoping we'd get late. Corey Trice, I have him as a 5, 6, 7 guy. He might have just moved himself up into a solid 5th. This tape isn't amazing, but Mickey Blackman, another guy. Sidney Brown, another guy that I have is 5, 6, 7. These guys might be moving up into the 4th and 5th, where I'd rather not have to pick them because there's other things we need to get done. Hey, stressful. I'm not the one making any picks here. All right, I'm gonna end it there. Again, I apologize for the very long video. I hope this was at least helpful, but it just goes to show where, you know, the Patriots are gonna have some tough decisions, and I think it's gonna be a sprint here, and I think people are gonna have to probably make some tough decisions, especially in those mid rounds of where they're gonna want to pick up, you know, what's their 3rd, 4th rounders, and then, you know, gosh knows what we have left at the end with all those 6 and 7s. I'm hoping at the 6 and 7s we'd pick up most of these guys, but it ain't gonna happen. It's not happening. These guys are all these guys I had in that 5 and 6, 7 that I have it as draftable in the 5, 6, 7 video is probably, you know, moving up on the board. And then now that leaves me with all those UDFAs that we hopefully might have a shot bringing in. We'll see. All right, that'll be enough. Next is probably going to be an updated 1st round, but I'm going to wait for another video. You know what, I'll probably do one more like final combine video, and then I'll do an updated initial round targets, and I won't go round by round. I'll probably do one big one where I just show you how things got shuffled after the combine. All right, I hope that was helpful.